When you think of Comedy Central, the first thing that probably comes to mind is South Park. Naturally, and rightfully so, it's their most successful show. 26 seasons of success to be precise. But there was a time when things didn't look so promising. Around 2003, South Park had just exited what I like to believe was their golden era. Sure, they were still doing numbers. Their fan base is one of the most dedicated I've ever seen. But the quality? Man, the quality was definitely starting on a downward trajectory. Comedy Central was what I like to call top-heavy. One or two huge shows that carried the majority of the weight of the cargo ship, and then all the other shows were mid. A bunch of mid-ass shows that weren't really hitting like that. Jimmy and Adam on the Man Show, it was alright, it was alright. Some of the skits were cool. Kid Notorious was half decent at best. You guys gassed it. I seen some people reviewing it like it was a hidden classic or something. It's half decent. Crank Yankers, I'll give them that. That show was funny as shit in its prime. A bit juvenile with the puppets and all, but still funny as shit. In the early 2000s, Comedy Central wanted to shake things up. They wanted an edgy show, a show strictly for adults, something to fit that late night primetime spot. After all, it worked once before, right? A young comedian named Dave Chappelle was making waves in the stand-up comedy circuit. He quickly rose to the top and then busted into the movie industry with appearances in Nutty Professor, Blue Streak, and Half Baked.
Hey, I know this isn't your responsibility, but just mop the rest of this shit up. I'll be right back.
Dave wrote this movie alongside Neil Brennan, who would go on to be his right-hand man and creative partner. I personally think the movie is pretty whack, but over the years it's become one of those bad good movies, A movie so trash that it's like, hey, this is pretty okay. This trash is pretty okay. Makes no sense, but a bunch of others must feel the same because, strangely, it has a huge following. Together, they pitched a sketch show to Comedy Central. Having faith in Dave Chappelle's resume, they purchased the show, gave them full creative freedom, and put it right in the primetime slot. The network greenlit 12 episodes, sat back, and closely observed the ratings. Nobody could predict the heights Chappelle's show would reach. This was, and still is, one of the most iconic shows in black culture, with legendary skits like Clayton Bigsby, the first black white supremacist, Ask a Black Dude starring the late Paul Mooney, and of course, Charlie Murphy's True Hollywood Stories.
I'm Rick James, bitch. Enjoy yourself.
Needless to say, Chappelle's show was a hit, shattering every record that stood at the time. After a promising 2 seasons, Comedy Central immediately looked into renewing their contract. They offered Dave a record-breaking $50 million to continue the show. Any sane person would have taken the money and started writing jokes, but instead, Dave went MIA, disappeared, fled the country, and stayed in contact with nobody. Just as fast as they rose to the top was equally as fast the house of cards would come crashing down. It begs the question, what the hell went wrong? How could the show that came along and saved Comedy Central during their dry spell just end so abruptly? Why did Dave leave $50 million on the table and run off to Africa? Where does Dave and Neil's friendship stand today? Let me tell you, I felt old as fuck when I realized it's been over 20 years since this was on TV. So I feel now is as good a time as any to dive back in and see how it aged. So kick back and relax as we examine one of the most successful, most iconic TV shows to ever air. Let's go down memory lane and check out the genius of Chappelle's Show.
Let's start the show.
The premise was simple. Give Chappelle a stage, a mic, and a live audience to witness jokes told with zero filter. Chappelle's Show was one of the last shows to joke freely before the politically correct era took over the planet. Instead of avoiding race, religion, politics, sexual orientation, or pop culture, the show addressed it all head-on, from dressing in blackface to getting celebrities like Oprah knocked up, from a Sesame Street parody that promotes usage of hard drugs to making fun of cross-dressers, from handing out awards for the best pair of knockers to a white family with a last name that would definitely get them beat the fuck up.
It's the Nigga family. It's the Nigga family.
Each episode would close out with a performance from underground artists like Mos Def, Common Sense, and Kanye West. The good Kanye, Backpack Kanye. Kanye before the fame, not this new Hitler Nazi cousin, version that's walking around nowadays. Season 1 wasted no time delivering a classic sketch in the very first episode. For 15 years, a man named Clayton Bigsby had been the leader of the white supremacist movement in America. This published author wrote dozens of top-selling racist books. A reporter schedules an interview with the Klan leader, but to his surprise, Clayton Bigsby is a blind black man, the first black white supremacist in history. Due to never being seen without his hood in public, his skin color remained unknown. All of Bigsby's friends simply lied to him his whole life. Apparently, this man hates black people so much, if he found out he himself was a black man, he would end himself. At a KKK book signing rally, the crowd shows Clayton Bigsby an overwhelming amount of love and they beg him to reveal his identity. Feeling at one with his fellow racists, Mr. Bigsby rips off his hood, revealing his black ass skin. Another season 1 highlight was Tyrone Biggums, the local crackhead who's lovable yet misunderstood. He visits an elementary school for Drug Awareness Week and tries to keep the kids away from opioids. He tries his best, scared straight approach to scare the kids away from a dark future, but often slips into a trance and starts glorifying the use of crack.
You know what dog food tastes like, do you? It tastes just like it smells. Delicious.
Then there was the Ask a Black Dude segment. Random real-life white people were recorded asking questions they'd usually be too afraid to ask a black person directly. Legendary comic Paul Mooney would then give the blackest nigga answer you could imagine, usually with some funny one-liner haymaker. In 2025, making fun of gay people will cost you your career. The LGBT community fought for years for equality, to a point they're damn near an untouchable gang like the mob or some shit. Nah, you guys wanted equality, right? Well, here, take these equal jokes, man. And in 2003, that was Dave Chappelle's approach. Fearless, absolutely fearless. He didn't give a as proven by episode 6's Ask a Gay Dude segment.
I want to know, what is the rainbow about? What is the rainbow about? I'm not feeling the rainbow. I'm not feeling the rainbow. Get back at me about that.
But it wasn't all genius. Of course, there was some filler skits where Dave would go for the low-hanging fruit. Miss Cleo was this widely popular joke of a scam in the black community, so we got the knockoff version called Dave's Educated Guest Line. R. Kelly was a sick son of a bitch, and everyone knew it. So, of course, we get the parody music video about peeing.
Take me to your special place. Close your eyes, show me your face. I'm gonna piss on it.
And he didn't even stop there. He even made a Piss on You remix, which might be better than the original.
This is the remix edition of a song about pissing. I got that pee and and there's juice in the kitchen.
But things pick right back up with more top-tier sketches like The Player Haters Ball, where legends like Ice-T, Charlie Murphy, and Patrice O'Neal compete to see who's the biggest hater of the year. This skit is filled with some of the funniest one-off punchlines in the whole series. For example, here's a clip of the professional haters hating on Rosie O'Donnell for no apparent reason.
She wears underwear with dick holes in them.
But hands down, my favorite sketch in the debut season was Black Reparations. It seemed the government decided to make right on that little slavery thing they put black people through. You remember slavery? Yeah, that little insignificant moment in history. The white people have decided to give blacks a gift for inconveniencing their ancestors many years ago. Every black person in America split $1 trillion equally, making us the richest race on the planet. This skit was non-stop, exaggerated, over-the-top, ghetto black shit. Everyone was quitting their jobs, paying unpaid bills, buying KFC restaurants, opening record labels just to record rap songs, and even buying babies. Yes, this guy named Tron bought a baby with his money, straight cash. Although it's severely overblown, the more subtle commentary are the funniest jokes because I can actually picture shit like this being said.
Ladies, may we get a word?
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around.
Would bitch, you broke ass.
Now the pressure was on. After several months of off-season break, everyone had high expectations for whatever came next. Would Chappelle's Show suffer from a sophomore slump, or would it pick up right where they left off? Let me tell you, nobody could have predicted the team would elevate the show in literally every aspect. Season 2 was monumental. One episode starts with Dave on stage doing a bit about how unfair it is to say white people can't dance. It's pretty racist and stereotypical, right? Right. So after misleading the audience, he introduces a sketch called White People Dancing. You see a bunch of white people slip into a trance and start dancing terribly offbeat and as dry and as sauceless as ever. Then John Mayer makes a cameo and starts going in with the electric guitar, then all hell breaks loose.
These people are going, look at it, oh my God, look at this. Oh!
Honestly, there's way too many classic sketches in season 2 to dive into all of them. We'd be here all day. From the racial draft, where they make a system to legally assign biracial celebrities to one race, like Tiger Woods, who's half black, half Asian. Luckily, the blacks snatched him up early in round 1 of the draft.
So long, fried rice. Hello, fried chicken. I love you, Dad!
Then there was The Life and the Day of Lil Jon, another classic. I Know Black People, which was funny as shit. They gathered actual strangers from the street and tested their knowledge on black people and black culture. Then there was Rick James, arguably the height of the series. Every soul on the planet has seen this one, so I'm not gonna waste time here. Everyone knows what comes next after. What did the 5 fingers say to the face?
What?
Slap!
Kneehigh Park was this very misleading Sesame Street parody that was designed to explain the evils of the world to the youth in a way they can understand. It started off clean, but quickly took a hard left and discussed heroin, unemployment, and even STDs.
What's wrong, Dangle?
Actually, it's my penis.
There was an episode where they pranked the live audience into believing Dave was being replaced by Wayne Brady. The network had a few skits Dave recorded before he was fired, and they'd continue to air all of Dave's content until we'd see new content from Wayne. Now, he must have had a different level of respect for Dave. He shocked the world as he showed full dedication and leaned into his over-the-top gangster character. Wayne Brady is the whitest, cleanest, safest, non-threatening black dude next to Carlton Banks. And no disrespect, I love Alfonso. I didn't even know Wayne Brady was allowed to cuss. So to see Wayne Brady do drive-bys with AK-47s, break the neck of a police officer for giving him a ticket, lace Dave's blunt with PCP, and who could forget about the pimping? He almost choked one of his hoes when she was short on her weekly earnings.
Sorry, Daddy.
What do you mean sorry, Daddy? What the hell did you do? Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke a bitch?
After knocking season 2 clean out of the park, Comedy Central put the money up for more episodes. Dave signed and got to work on season 3. In 2005, during production, Chappelle vanished. He literally walked off set and went MIA. It was later found out that he went to the motherland, laying low in South Africa, far, far away from the pressures of Hollywood. Dave would later explain during the filming of a skit about different races, he heard one white man on set laugh a bit too hard, almost as if he wasn't laughing at the joke, but laughing at Dave himself. Dave analyzed the material they put together and deemed it irresponsible to air these jokes that degraded the black race. So good on him for not selling out, he didn't sell his soul. It's just that what if, it sucks we never got a season 3. So although South Park is obviously the teacher's favorite, so to speak, don't sleep on Chappelle's Show. It ain't too far behind. It came at the perfect time, right when South Park was slowly exiting that classic era. Right when people were switching away from Comedy Central, Dave came and said, nope, get your ass back here. He had us glued to our TVs every week. Chappelle's Show changed comedy, entertained a whole generation, pushed the limits, and refused to play safe. Now me, I gotta give the whole series a green light. It gets my full cosign. Go and check out seasons 1 and 2 immediately. Doctor's orders.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
No, I'm not a doctor.
And that's it for today, guys. If you're still here watching, you already know I consider you my people and I appreciate you. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and consider subscribing. I have a bunch of other videos you might find interesting. Until next time, chase your dreams, do what you love, GBE, man, get better every day. I'm the doctor, signing out. Gimme my music.
I move in the nighttime, shit, everything I do in the nighttime. Make one turn two in the nighttime. Zoom from that bright light, move by my right side. Crew in the spot and it's like 2 o'clock. Wrist never been in cuffs, evident.